kanya yun
please.
Hearsay
Sir?
na lang yung baril sa kanya kasi hindi naman niya alam. I think later, ma'am, we can give a more factual account
Okay.
on a executive session. Sa kanya, hearsay na lang yung alam
O,
na.
tama. Okay. Hindi rin namin makita, puro video lang pinanood namin. So, Comsec, please, yung... Opo.
Sir Facundo, Maeli pong tumayo. Salamat po. Pakitaas po yung kanang kamay. And repeat after me. I state your name. Do hereby swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this proceeding. Thank you.
Okay. Ito talaga. Sige, maraming salamat. The Chair acknowledges the arrival of Senator Tolentino as well. And I believe Senator Risa, Secretary Manalo wants to make a statement so that he can be excused. Is that correct?
Thank you, ma'am. I could stay on till about noontime, if that's
Okay.
possible.
Okay, that being the case, we'll abide by our rather tight schedule. Senator Ontiveros, please.
Yamanak, Madam Chair. And I won't ask any questions that are too specific since national security is involved. First question, Madam Chair. Either of our...
Sorry,
yes, Madam Chair.
This is getting quite disorderly. Kasalanan ko. Si Senator Tolentino, may opening statement po ba? Pasensya.
Wala po, Madam Chair. Sorry for being late.
No issues. Senator Risa, please.
Yamanak, Madam Chair. So either of our good secretaries could take this, please, or both if they wish. What measures is government taking to de-escalate the tension in the West Philippine Sea, Madam Chair? I think Secretary Manalo, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam. Perhaps in response to that, I could also deliver my short statement because it was addressed on that particular point. I just wanted first to thank you, Senator Marcos, for giving us this opportunity. I just want to say that initially the Department of Foreign Affairs, immediately after the aggressive actions just reported on, denounced these actions, and we also highlighted the fact that they led to the injury of Filipino personnel and damage to our vessels. We issued a public statement on this to this effect, and we also approached the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs as well as their embassy here. We sternly communicated to our counterparts that it was really incomprehensible how the delivery of basic necessities to our troops on the BSP Sierra Madre could be considered a provocation that would justify an increased level of Chinese actions. And so, therefore, we believe their actions only intensified and escalated tensions. And certainly something we should be concerned about. While we have a policy still, as agreed by President Marcos and President Xi Jinping, that we agreed our government should seek to manage our maritime differences and not let incidents define our bilateral relations, it's clear that many of these recent incidents by China are inconsistent with this declared intention. Nevertheless, the Department of Foreign Affairs, in consultation with the National Maritime Council, which by the way met last Friday to look at the issue, we still believe it's the primacy of dialogue and diplomacy should prevail even in the face of these serious incidents. Though, of course, I admit it's also a challenge. Nevertheless, we will pursue the peaceful resolution of disputes in accordance with international law, specifically the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea and the 2016 Arbitral Award. And we have been working hard to bring back China to the table to talk with us to resolve differences on these issues. We have an existing mechanism with China. We call it the bilateral consultation mechanism on South China Sea. We had a working group meeting last week in preparation for what we hope will be a meeting between the bilateral of the BCM, or bilateral consultation mechanism. We hope to be held in early July with our Chinese counterparts, specifically to discuss the recent incidents, but also to see whether we can arrive at some understandings which could help. Understandings, what I mean, some kinds of confidence-building measures, which could hopefully create a basis then for more serious discussions to see how we can address these other issues. We have also been in touch quite intensively with our international partners, many of whom, and in fact all of whom, who share our basic position on the importance of international law, a rules-based order, and we are working closely with them in other fora, including last week, even in the United Nations, we issued a number of statements, and we've received support from a number of countries who agree with us on our approach on the need for respect for a rules-based order, international law, especially in the South China Sea, especially with respect to UNCLOS. So we will continue to pursue these efforts, and also let me just assure the committee and the Filipino people that while we are seeking the approach for a peaceful resolution through international law, diplomacy, of course, we are not blind to the incidents which are happening, and we will ensure that whatever confidence-building measures we achieve, they will be not at the expense of the promotion of our sovereignty, sovereign rights, as well as our rights and jurisdiction in the West Philippine Sea. Thank you very much.
Salamat, Madam Chair, at salamat na pareho na kasama sa measures na tinitake ng gobyerno para mag-de-escalate ang tensyon sa West Philippine Sea, yung dialogue, yung peaceful resolution ng conflict, na kapag kinakailangan, tulad ngayon, lalo na, yung boses ng bansa natin sa dialogue at peaceful resolution na yan ay malakas at mataas pa nga. Dahil din gaya ng pinaalala ni Seaman First Class Facundo, bukod sa ginawa ng China sa kanya at sa ibang mga Philippine Navy personnel natin doon, nakita po naman, Madam Chair, sa videos yung paggamit din ng mga Chino ng siren na nakakarinde sa mga tao natin, yung laser, yung na strobe na para ma-disorient yung ating mga tao, at yung paalala ni Seaman First Class Facundo na may dalawang rigid hull inflatable boats pa tayo at yung mga tauhang nakasakay doon na hinahanap pa rin natin. So ano ba yun? Practically kinidnap ng mga Chino. So salamat dun sa pagpapatuloy ng gobyerno nung preferred process natin, at the same time yung malakas na pag-communicate sa China laban sa ginagawa nilang ganitong, sabi nga ni Sec Manalo, incomprehensible at hindi talaga katanggap-tanggap. Sana maging mabunga yung parating na bilateral consultation meeting, bagamat sa ganitong mga aggressive actions mukhang tayo lamang ang interesado sa dialogue at peaceful resolution, at kulang na kulang ang pagpapakita ng China ng ang tawag doon, good faith at the table. Kasunod na tanong, Madam Chair, anong strategic at tactical objectives ang hinahabol ng Chinese government kaugnay ng BRP Sierra Madre at Ayungin Shoal? Kasi baka, depending on our view of what their objectives are, we should give some thought to countering their strategy, Madam Chair.
Ma'am, to get a full exposition of it, I'll rather in an executive session.
Very
So
well
we can be
taken,
candid and
Secretary.
forthright.
Thank
Madam
you.
Chair. Thank you.
Let's go back to the narration. I think quite a few of our colleagues, including the Senate President, would like a briefing in executive session. So proceed lang tayo sa alam na ng publiko at nagnanais ng kaliwanagan.
But I think
Yes,
Coast Guard,
Senator Tolentino,
Admiral
please.
Gaban is raising his hand.
Yes,
Just to be
Admiral
recognized.
Gavan, I believe Coast Guard District Palawan, CG Captain Dennis Rem C. Labay is also online. Thank you. We see Captain Labay. Wala lang kayong video. Paki-on lang yung video po. At narito yung bossing ninyo, si CG Gavan. Nais ninyo sumagot? Yes? Okay, please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ma'am, I'd like to take this opportunity to shed light lang po, or to correct the statement earlier made that there are still 2 ribs belonging to the Navy which are missing. Those were already recovered at the time. So there's no missing boat at this point. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Maraming salamat para doon.
Nor personnel. All the personnel were recovered by the Coast Guard at the time.
Maraming salamat
Thank
po,
you.
Admiral, Madam Chair. May I proceed with my questions, Madam Chair?
Yep.
Yamanak, Madam Chair. So